Hi everyone, my name is Grace Kemp and this video is entitled Baptism, is it necessary for salvation? The answer to that question is no, it is not. When I was doing midwifery at Withington Hospital in Manchester, England, I delivered lots of babies, but one of them was stillborn. And the mother was frantically yelling at me to please baptize the baby, baptize the baby. And of course I did to ease her pain. But I don't believe it made any difference to the baby. I'm confident the baby went to be with the Lord in heaven. Baptism in the Bible follows salvation. It is a public witness of a private relationship with God. Acts 2:41 says, when they gladly received his word, they were baptized. They received the word and then were baptized. What do we mean by believer's baptism? Its believer is old enough to make a decision to accept Christ as his personal Savior. So that automatically excludes infants. Many of the Corinthians hearing believed and were baptized. That's Acts 18:8. They heard, they believed, and then were baptized. What is the purpose of baptism? It's the outward sign of an inner relationship with God. As my father said many times, baptism doesn't make you a Christian, it marks you as a Christian. Baptism publicly identifies the person with Christ in his death, burial, and resurrection. Baptism represents the entire process. The person stands in the water, they're alive, they die and they're buried under the water, and then they're raised out of the water by immersion, representing death, burial, and resurrection of Christ. Doing this publicly identifies us with Christ in those acts. What Christ did in reality through the horrible death on the cross and then being buried and rose again, we are doing symbolically. We're publicly identifying with his death, burial, and resurrection. And it indicates that we wish to bury our sinful past and walk in newness of life. We are risen with Christ. Set your affection on things above, not on things of the earth. And it carries the high responsibility of choosing to be an example of the believer to a watching world. Does it guarantee sinless perfection? No. I'm sorry to tell you, no it doesn't. Because the believer retains his two natures, the old sinful nature with its propensity to sin, and its new godly nature which desires the things of God. And as long as we live, we're going to have the warring of these two natures, one to drag us down and the other to lift us up. So in summary, baptism has nothing to do with saving your soul. Don't count on baptism saving your soul. If you are a born-again believer, however, I would advise you to be baptized as soon as you can. If you're saved, you need to be baptized. Do not be a closet Christian. Stand up and let the world know where you stand. God bless you.